This is what a level 2 hoarding home looks like, and today I'm gonna clean it up for this person that lives here for absolutely free. Why? Because everyone deserves a happy, clean place to call home, no matter what. So huge shout out to Scrub Daddy and Funkaway for believing in this and sponsoring this video, but more on them later. So with projects like these, it can often feel too overwhelming to even start, but having done this for a few years now, what I realized is that you just gotta pick a spot and just start going. You pick up pace the further in you go, but if you watch how I'm doing it, I'm literally analyzing everything and checking in with the client to make sure if it's a trash item or a save item. That's a really tedious thing to go through, but it's an absolutely crucial step in building trust with the client and making them feel at ease. The last thing I need is for them to think that I'm just throwing all their stuff away. So in case you don't know, hoarding disorder is a condition where letting go of things is very, very challenging. It's often expressed by accumulating more than one could realistically ever use. I remember years ago I worked on a project where the individual hoarded Elvis Presley memorabilia. It was literally filled up to the ceiling with posters, dolls, clothes, and anything else you could possibly imagine branded with Elvis. So sometimes its collection has gone just way too far, or simply just an unhealthy obsession with stuff and the small chance that one day this thing could come in handy. We all got that to some degree, but those with hoarding disorder, it can turn into something that's just not safe for them to— shit, there goes my light. Anyway, hoarding disorder is brutal, but let's talk about the cleanup project. What I'm using here in front of you is called the Majestic, and it's seriously one of my favorite vacuums right now. Look at this carpet. The client had a couple of cats, and so I used this tool to gather up the cat fur, which was hella satisfying, but then I ran the Majestic over it, and phew, that thing is just going to town on it. So after that was done, we started making our way through the rest of the house. The thing about level 2 hoards is that there really isn't a ton of stuff, but simply the fact that most of the stuff just doesn't have a home. My favorite part about this kind of work is that I get to create tidy little systems that make the whole place just look and feel so much more open. As we start heading into the dining area, we found a lot of miscellaneous things scattered around that just needed to be kept. I'm a cleaner at heart, not a professional organizer, but we did buy this person some organizational equipment so that we could neatly pack up their keep items and continue cleaning. Client requested that our table get thrown out, so we got that taken care of, and that helped free up a lot more space to work and get things clean. I was able to get this whole floor picked up, vacuumed, and mopped, which leads us now into the kitchen, so progress, yay. For the kitchen, I literally just took everything on the counters and put it over here. That way I can actually go and clean everything without stuff being in my way. The counters and sink were pretty filthy, and I don't think they had been cleaned in quite a while, and there was also a good amount of cockroaches basically everywhere, and especially in the cabinets. Back behind the fridge here was really scary. That's why I had my suit on. Cockroaches, for some reason, just do me so dirty, man. So I sucked up the rest of those little buggers with what seems like a broken foot, and finally got working on cleaning and disinfecting everything. And this is what the stove looks like. Pretty rough, so I'm going to use some of that Scrub Daddy power paste and make sure that thing shines. The way this works is you rub your daddy in the clay stuff and you work the material into the stovetop. It's hard not to get too excited here because this stuff literally works like magic. I mean, come on. Look at that shine, baby. Anyway, Scrub Daddy gave me a lot of money to go and do these free home cleanings this year, and I wouldn't be here unless it was for them. So big shout out to these guys, and make sure you give them a try next time you see them in stores. Next was to disinfect everything, and to do that, I've been really curious to try out this disinfecting Clorox mist. It's just a mist where all you gotta do is spray it and leave it. There's no wiping involved. Seems kind of weird, but there is a scientifically accurate way I can test it to see if it actually kills off the germs, so let me know if you want to see that. Next was to clean all the dishes. As you can tell, it's a bit dark out. We do work late sometimes to make sure we're on track. And by the end of it, the kitchen was looking pretty fresh, so I'm happy about that. We also picked up a little bit outside too, and now the dining area went from this hot mess to this. But now we're on a time crunch, and we really got to get this bedroom whipped up into shape. So the dilemma we were facing here was the fact that a lot of their clothes were soaked in cat urine. So what we did was separate the contaminated clothes into white bags and non-contaminated clothes into black bags. That freed up a lot of space for me to go in with the Majestic and get that floor looking real nice. What did we use to get the cat odor out of the clothes, you may ask? Well, it was Funkaway, of course. This shit literally got me tripping because I put clothes in that smell like urine, like really bad cat urine. And when they come out, they smell like rainbows. It's because it's got this little patent thing called the OM complex, baby. They also got a bunch of other stuff for odors like sprays and odor absorbing gels, which I really like using for my car. But you'll see these guys a lot in my upcoming videos because there are some real stanky projects I got coming up, and these products just work really well, so I'll definitely be using them. Funkaway actually helped sponsor this video, and they've been a massive help in putting this whole project together, so make sure to go check the link in the description to check out all the products. But after a couple hours working on the bedroom, we got it from this all the way back to this. I just love the way this turned out, and it feels so much better in here. Finally, it was time to start work on the bathroom, and we really had to go double time on this one. But we got it done, and I'd say it looks pretty good now. Did a quick little pit stop at the Container Store to help organize the extra stuff. They had Scrub Daddies there too. Cool. I did a killer back workout with my Swiffer wet jet, and got the living room from this all the way back to this, so I'm pretty proud of that. So overall, I'm quite happy with how things turned out. In total, $6,000 and 40 hours of free labor was spent on this client to get their home cleaned up. I never in my life would have thought I'd be in a position to say that, but here we are, and it's all thanks to you guys, the ones who watch my videos. So to wrap up, we wrote a letter of encouragement to help them keep the place tidy and did a little happy dance, and finally flew back home.